Good morning, good morning. Hey, look at me. It's Francis Walsh, your favorite amateur astronomer. And look at me. I'm on Facebook, y'all. And look at me. I'm on Google, y'all. And look at me, looking at a comet. A great comet. Comet Ison will be a great comet because of its perihelion, which means its closest approach to the sun, y'all, is only 1,000,000 miles away. Scientists are telling us to be ready as far as we're going to see something fantastic. I believe that we're going to see something fantastic. I did not believe we would see something fantastic a little over a year ago. The discovery hadn't been made. Here's the Facebook page. You go over to Francis Walsh, or what it is Fuzzy Was Here. Facebook.com / Fuzzy Was Here. I use that name, one, because Fuzzy's a familiar nickname for me, and two, it kind of represents what you see sometimes in an image of a comet. Fuzzy was here. Exactly, it was. You'll see here, I went to the 44th LPSC, Lunar and Planetary Science Conference. You'll see in the other video here, I love milk, raw milk loves me. Let's move on. A lot of talk is going to go on about this comet. Yes. Lots of videos, lots of who we can only imagine. But I want to create my videos so that you still have an opportunity to look somewhere else. Because if you're not learning with me, you're burning time with them. So let's move on. First off, NASA really isn't much of itself these days. It's not getting the budget it used to get. Space shuttles. Doesn't get that money anymore. Doesn't mean they're putting that money in their pocket waiting for a rainy day. No, they don't get the money. I can tell you that because I live in Space City. We call it Space City, Houston. Space Center, Houston. And it's a different scenario. It's a different scenario for NASA in Houston. Now, Houston got jacked, but oh well. I can tell you that from my viewpoint, NASA's nothing that it used to be, and doesn't have the budget, and so we shouldn't rely on such a terrible source now, and terrible source then. My opinion of NASA, here it is. I think I've figured this out for myself, is that whenever NASA wanted to represent some information to you and me, it did it in a 7th grade way. They literally believed the phrase, the public is not smarter than a 7-year-old or 5th grader, or whatever. I know we are. I'm sorry, I know we are. So let's get moving on, because this is time for us to learn. So if not for NASA, where? If not for NASA, where? I do use NASA for this stuff. For some of the information that they have there. The C-2012-S1 Ison orbital track. This really is like an outline of what's gonna, an outline of some finer details. The finer details you find in the following places, but here you'll see, and this is where I went to look at planets slowing down, planets going fast. I don't see any, that's going the wrong way, I believe. This is coming the right way, because it started out here. Here we go. It's coming in October, we're going to be in November, and it, gone. Very close pass to the sun. There'll be some things that we want to check on. How close to the sun? My understanding right now is 1,000,000 miles from the sun. In the shape and size of the sun, 1,000,000 miles really isn't that far, because you're really in the environment of the sun as it radiates its emissions at 1,000,000 miles an hour outward So it takes 1 hour for the sun's activity to reach the comet at its closest point. That's what's going to make the comet a great comet, as in bright, able to see the 15 times brighter than the moon, may be seen during the day, lighting up the night sky after sunset. And then before sunset too, it's going to be, I have a lot I need to learn. But here's this is NASA. Hopefully they'll continue this data. Hopefully this data will remain as good as it is, but the data here is still messed up. So, oh, Francis, if not for there, where do we go? Because NASA is the saving grace. If something was coming in from Earth to Earth, NASA would tell us, wouldn't they? Well, I've always believed that. No, that's not true. We're going to go to the Minor Planet Center. And I kind of skip the page. Let's see if I can get up to the top. This page here is my favorite page right there. Ooh, yay. Real science. Time to get to work. The International Astronomical Union's Minor Planet Center. There's a lot of information about this place. I knew it better, and I'm going to learn it again over the rest of the year, where it is. Oh, no, I don't want to say Harvard, but I think it is Harvard anyways. Cambridge, I don't know. And here is where amateur astronomers go to outdo each other. And let's just put it that way. Because right now, in the world of astronomy, and back then in the day of astronomy, and the day of making telescopes and all the telescopes, they were trying to outdo each other. It's this aggressive, competitive disorder that most of us have and love to interact with. Here is where all amateur astronomers are using their telescopes. Amateur, professional, education, scientific, all of it. NASA checks with these guys. The information goes in there, and then and you start seeing the submissions, because I can make a submission of something I found to this location. They'll accept it. If I present the information properly, they'll accept it. For Comet Ison, I will be taking information and submitting it to the Minor Planet Center, so finally the Cosmic Obsession Observatory can have a permanent observatory code. And you say, well, what's a permanent observatory code? It is the place on Earth that you're going to be always observing space. And this equates to a triangulation point for you. So when I want to find out where an object is, I'm going to try to go slow with this. When I want to find out where an object is in space, I must find its coordinates in space. With the coordinates in space, those 3D coordinates, X, Y, Z, I can put them into a telescope and use a computer to direct the telescope to that location over and over and over again. Those numbers, those coordinates, can be created out of the orbit. Once you've seen an object, you create an orbit around the sun or around an object, wherever it's going around. And once you have that orbit, you can pull up coordinates anywhere in that orbit. I need to do that when I use a telescope. And so I would come here and we'd put in the C2012S1, and the computer's going slow, so you're just going to imagine C2012S1. Let's see what I can do. Come on, get in there. C2012S1, and I'm going to come down, and we're going to have to put an observatory code, and I'm going to use New Mexico, iTelescope New Mexico, because I don't have Cosmic Obsession permanent, so that's H06. I know locations. And for my information on itelescope.net, and listen, if you haven't seen or gone to the website of itelescope.net or the Facebook of itelescope.net, you need to go check it out. High-powered telescopes, remotely used by the public, rented. If you're into that kind of thing, I recommend it. I would get an MPC one line, and then right below this frame it says get ephemeris HTML page, and I'm going to click it, and a file's going to show up. I'll open up the file when it opens up, just like a little text file, an elements file. Here it comes, and I would now that's it. There's the coordinates. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking and learning. Put it in a telescope and go find C2012S1 Ison with these coordinates. So thank you to the Minor Planet Center for making this available. Let's see what else I want to talk to you about. There's lots of things you can find on this website. Recent findings, the most recent findings, these kind of things here. Go in and see what it is. But for our benefit, for C2012 S1, Comet Ison, and me, I'm going to use it to go find it. We're going to go find it. We're going to image it. We're going to find out how close it comes to the sun. I don't think I can here. Oh, close approach data. You find out how close it comes to things. I got like super dry mouth. No, you can't know what I'm drinking. Let's give that a second. Come on. And so on my Facebook, I created a post that said, "Give me all the BSers' names." Oop. And I did that not because I'm going to systematically attack, debunk, or anything of those folks. I want to collect them in a group of teachers, because they're teaching something, who hopefully are teaching something valuable to you, or the public. Because the public, or a segment of it, spends a lot of time viewing it. I would hope only that it would be beneficial to their cranium. You can see that my computer's still working hard. Hopefully it doesn't crash. And so when we create the list, we create those a package, a collection of contacts and outlets where you can go and enjoy, but you must cut the limit off and go and find some real research. And hopefully you'll find some of this stuff interesting, because May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 7 months away. 7 months going to go just like that. And you're going to want to know, what is that thing in the sky? I guarantee it. Okay, so we don't have the close approach data. Didn't want to pop up. It won't work. But my memory, if memory is holding true, that 1,000,000 miles from the sun, and it's going to really interact with the sun. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Thank God I didn't turn it off. I saw someone talking about 3 days of darkness. And we're going to have this correlation between eschatology. I am a psycho-eschatologist. Have a problem with the end of the world? I can help. Eschatology is the research of the end of days, so you'll hear that phrase a lot. So how does this get into eschatology? Well, does it equate it? Is it close enough? Will it get sucked into the sun? Oh, I don't know. We're going to have to watch out. And the worst part about that is, as it gets closest to the sun, we will be unable to see it because it'll be at the sun. People will be using telescopes, narrowband filters, solar scopes to watch the sun, and we can do that too because we have solar scopes in our Takahashi at Cosmic Obsession Observatory. But it'll be from the general public